D'accord.
Ah, chiotte.
Oh mince!
Manage.
On vient le signer. Dank nochmal.
Droge. Standard. Pinche Boya Chaka!
I'm Roxanne Ciordia, and this is the PartyPoker.com European Open 3. Only 3 seats remain empty at our final table, and tonight, 6 more players take to the felt in a bid to move closer to the $125,000 top prize.
We've seen the best in the world gamble it up to reach this stage and be a part of that $360,000 prize pool. But now, there are 3 seats left at the final table, and who will join the 3 that are through in the race to become European champion?
This is our last semifinal. This time, 3 players will be taking their chip stacks with them to the final table. They have to have a balance between getting to the final table with a big chip stack and getting there at all. One man who knows how to play these semifinal stages is last year's winner, Ian Fraser. He joins Jesse May now.
Thanks, Roxanne. I'm here again, joined by last year's champion, Ian Fraser. And Ian, semifinal time again. As we know, it's just 3 that go through out of 6. They'll stop when we reach 3 and take those chips forward.
Yeah, that's correct, yeah. Let's just hope we get a semi like we did last week.
Let's look ahead to this week. 6 different players. There's no way that we're going to get the same kind of action, is there?
Well, you'd think not, but it's poker, Jesse. Every time we watch a game now, we see something different. So, and I know there's some exciting people in this semi.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps the most interesting reputation or matchup is going to be Pippa Flanders versus Liam Flood. They've met before, and Pippa knocked Liam Flood out of the semifinal stages last time.
That's right, and there'll definitely be loads of needle there between these two. I haven't actually seen them play myself, but I've heard a lot about their games, and I know neither of them like to hang around.
Pippa's a flat-out tiger, but there are 5 other players besides Pippa at the table tonight. Let's see who's sitting down for this semi. It's the pride of Bridge North, the chopper, Darren Daz Hickman. He calls himself Crapper, professional gambler Ian Cox, reigning World Open champion Pippa Flanders, Irishman Kaluki Don Fagan, the gentleman Liam Flood, and don't underestimate Londoner Lisselle Barrow.
These pro players have one more hurdle to jump before securing their seat in the final. Let's get over to the table and get these cards in the air.
6 will enter, only 3 will remain when this semi-final hits its roots, vying for those last 3 seats at the final table of this PartyPoker.com European Open 3. And here again, it's all winners tonight. Daz Hickman there, Ian Cox. Everybody came through some of the toughest heats you've seen. This high-quality field, and if this is anything like last week, put your belt buckles on. This will be filled with gumshoes and bootstraps. The only thing you'll know is putting the chips in means nothing at all except a willingness to gamble. 2 Irishmen at the end of the table there. Don Fagan and Liam Flood, the gentleman. Perhaps this favorite right now. Chips starting like the others, each player getting 100,000 in starting stack. Yellows are worth 1,000, the blues are 2, the reds are worth 5,000. There's 600,000 chips on this table, but of course when we get to 3, they'll stop, go forward to the final, and combine with the other semifinal to make a 1.2 million chips in play stack for that final table.
Oh yeah. I'm going a bit.
Jesse May here with the Razor, Ian Fraser, last year's champion. And Ian, my heart is still pounding from last week's semi-final. I mean, do we have the same thing in store here tonight?
Oh, let's hope so, Jesse. I mean, that was absolutely fantastic, the first couple of levels of the last semi. I can't see this one living up to the same. I was talking to a few of these earlier, Jesse, and they was all sort of the same opinion of sitting back for the first level. But then again, it's
That's
poker.
what they said, didn't they? I mean, last week they said that too, and the only explanation I found for last week's play is that people just thought there was an opportunity to make a huge stack, and everybody played very crazy.
That's right. Maybe they thought everyone was going to sit tight, so I'll make all the moves. But they all had the same game plan.
Raise.
There we go.
6,000 total.
Well, this
10
is-
jack second to act.
It's exactly where Liam left off in his heat. Pretty much, if it's up to Liam and it's an unraised pot, he is raising.
Pass.
Yeah, I missed that heat. It's the first time I'm actually going to see Liam play, so looking forward to this.
Players would know he's won this first pot. I mean, one thing about Liam, he's been around years and years, and he has had some big results, especially on TV, but never that big television title. So I think he is really, really here to get a big stack and win.
Yeah, I would say that as well. I mean, I don't think there's anyone who plays poker that doesn't know his name, Jesse. But like you said, it's the big TV winning eludes him at the minute.
He did get a second to Lee Nelson in one of the former incarnations of the World Open, but I feel like the title means more to Liam than money right now. Yeah, big
Nice hand from Fagan under the gun.
Call.
Don
Flat
Fagan.
call, yeah.
He's probably played
Pass.
somewhere in the neighborhood of
Pass.
22,000 hours with Liam, them both being from the same part of Dublin, and Don's been around. He's made just a small raise here, hasn't he?
No, he flat called, I think.
Pass.
Oh, right, you are. Wow, that's gambling, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, it's a bit of each under the gun, Jesse.
Pass. No raise.
If nothing else, if he gets to show this hand down, that'll set him up for later on. won't it?
Yeah.
Pippa Flanders in the big blind with the free flop has missed here.
Yeah, Don, I'll have to bet this.
Check.
He won't particularly like it with Pippa in the big
Check.
blind and not betting, but
He's decided to check. What if it comes a club? It has. It's getting more dangerous by the card.
4,000.
And that seemed to be the kind of bet where if you get called, you're pretty much done with it.
But that is what I'd say conservative play. He'll show these as well. You know, second hand in or third hand in we are. That's what I would expect, you know, when three people going through. I'm looking forward to see Pippa's cards here as well, Jessie, because I've never seen her play, and she's had some tremendous results lately. I think the guys are frightened of her, don't you?
They should be. I mean, she has won something like 5 of these on the trot. I mean, individual tables.
Yeah.
You know, being that the last time she played in one of these televised events, she was a World Open champion. And
You must have a
Pass.
good strategy to do that, Jesse. You don't just come in and
Call.
play it by ear.
she is one of
Pass.
the few players in this event who we've seen with the ability to make that re-raise with absolutely nothing. I mean,
Yeah, it's-
most of the people who do that are sitting on the sidelines right now.
Yeah, you're right there. This Coxey's come in with a call. I
Call.
like his game as well.
No raise.
He doesn't make too many mistakes, Ian Cox, does
No,
he?
but he, you know, if he makes his mind up to get him in, he does, Jesse, as well. I think he's got a good game.
So it's a 4-way flop for free, and a couple of people have made a pair here.
Yeah. And I should imagine both of these will probably think they're in front.
Small blind, big blind. Pippa's out kicked. Is this the kind of bet you make when
6,000.
you're not willing to take any heat?
Yeah, obviously you don't want to see any overcards at all.
Pass.
I think we might be getting a raise here from Coxey.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah,
Ackard, a crapper.
he's on the button here. Sell Barrow. Little does he know the queen would make him a real troubled hand.
Yours coming down.
Can't see him calling that,
Pass.
Jesse. I don't know what that was about. See if he flat calls or...
Call.
Your percentage record of predicting Lascelles' moves a couple of weeks ago, both of ours were pretty low. He's stuff getting inside his head. Why has Ian chosen just to call here?
Well, again, it's early on, Jesse. You know, if he raises and then Pippa comes over the top, what does he do? You got to throw it away, haven't you? So he'd be hoping to obviously hit a queen, or definitely don't want to see a spade. or a big card?
I think Pippa will be looking for an 8.